Hey, what's going on, everybody? King Tut here with another tutorial. Sorry if the audio quality is not a little good, if it's a little bad today, cause I'm using my laptop's built-in microphone, not my other microphone that I usually use. So just bear with me for a while. So today I'm talking about mixing and mastering in Adobe, mastering in Adobe Audition. Now, if you're using Cool Edit Pro, it's the same exact thing as Adobe Audition, so everything I'm doing you can do pretty much exactly the same, even the layout and everything. Any other programs you like, you know, Sonar or I think Logic, I'm pretty sure. Uh, Pro Tools, I think you can has all these plugins I'm going to use already built in, so they might be a little bit different, considering how they look. But other than that, they should do the same thing. So I have here two of the same vocal clips. This one is already, mixed and mastered. This one I just recorded. It's completely raw. So I'm gonna let you listen to the first one, and if you like how it sounds and you want your vocals to turn out like that too, you know, keep watching. If you don't like it, you can leave. But this is just how I do it. The thing about mixing and mastering is to each his own. Like everyone does it their own way. This is my way of doing it. It's not the right way of doing it. Not the wrong way of doing it. It's just my way of doing it. And I do the things that I think that work. You might have some different views and opinions, right? But I'm just trying to share what I think. So check it out.
Look up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Nah, it's just me, and I'm coming for the game. Yeah, you know a nigga flying all over Metropolis. Way up in the clouds, flying high above the populace. Yeah, I'm at the top of this, I thought I made it obvious. Haters can't get me, and I ain't playing hard to get. I'ma keep you all in check, I'ma keep on balling wet. I'ma keep it all locked and body waiting on the feds.
So that was the first one. That's everything done, mostly everything. And now here's the dry vocals. I'll just play these. I'll play these with the beat, but I'm just gonna bring it down a lot because you won't be able to hear it.
Look up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Nah, it's just me, yeah, I'm coming for the game. Yeah, you know one nigga flying all over Metropolis. Way above the clouds, flying high above the populace. Yeah, I'm at the top of this, I thought I made it obvious. Haters.
I'm gonna just stop it right there. Uh, all right. So before you come into the program, you want to make sure that your recording is actually, something you can work with. I use a Apex 440 mic with a pop filter, and it's hung up in my closet, which is a decent size. There's enough room for me to stand, and that's about it. So I don't have any foam because I don't need any. But you want to make sure that your acoustics are good, your mic is good. You might want to consider getting a pop filter if you don't already have one. It's just better presentation. So if you have a good vocal clip coming into the program, you should be all right. So here's the first thing that I'm gonna do. Uh, right here, if you listen to this closely, it's a little bit of noise, and it's the beat you can hear in the background because I wasn't using any headphones. I was just blasting into my speakers. So what you want to do is hold. Actually, I'm just gonna go here. Go to Effects and go to Noise Reduction / Restoration, and capture noise print. Actually, just go to noise reduction. You can capture noise print from there. And just click on capture noise print. Make sure you have this area selected right here. Anything you want to get rid of, and just capture noise print. And then select entire file and hit apply. That'll just make it sound a little bit more clear. Just get rid of this. Alright. Next, I'm gonna. Now, keep in mind, the more effects you add to it, the more unclear and robotic, I guess, it's gonna sound. I find that the less filters and things you use, the better it sounds in the end because it sounds more clear. All you really want to get is just to sit well with the instrumental, and you want it to just sound good. You know, you don't want it to sound too high pitched, too low pitched. You know, you don't want it to sit under the beat and be like overpowered by it. So there's a few things you have to do, but the less you do, the better. So first thing I do is I go to amplitude and compression and click on dynamics processing right here, and throw on a de-esser. The de-esser is basically, now sometimes your S's and your C's, or any kind of a word that has any of these letters in it, they sound really high pitched. You know, like you hear a s a lot, it's really loud. So a de-esser just take care of that. I'm throwing on a light de-esser because I don't really have that, but I just, in the end, I don't want to have any. I'm just doing it just to be on the safe side. You can throw on a hard de-esser if you have a lot of it, depending on how much you have. But I'm gonna throw on de-esser light. You do whatever works for you, and I'm just gonna hit apply. And another thing you might want to do is just click here and preview it.
Look up in the sky.
To make sure it sounds alright. But I've just done this before, so I know it sounds alright. Next thing is go back to dynamics processing, and now you want to get rap presence. Now, I like to use this. It works on most of my vocals, right? Even sometimes the same vocal recorded differently it doesn't work on. But I'm just gonna listen to it real quick. But this is just a plugin that I like to use.
Bird, it's a plane. Nah, it's just me. Yeah, I'm coming for the game.
Alright, it sounds decent. I'm gonna hit apply. Alright, next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna be working pretty much only in here, in the amplitude and compression area. And go to the multiband compressor. Alright, I have it selected already. Raise vocals. Now I'm just gonna.
Yeah, you know one nigga flying all over Metropolis, way above the clouds, flying high above the populace. Yeah, I'm at the top of it. I thought I'm.
Now you'll notice that when I turn on the effect, it sounds really flangery. So I'm not gonna use this. So I'm gonna do it again, and you can see if you hear it.
Look up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Nah, it's just me, yeah.
Alright, that's my mistake. I meant to use a single band compressor and voice thickener. This is what I meant to use, but here, just take a listen.
Coming for the game. Yeah, you know one nigga flying all over Metropolis.
And just throw on a voice thickener. Alright, and that's it. That's all I do. And from there, you're gonna amplify it depending on how big your waves are already. Mine are at about -12 decibels. I'll raise it by 3. Actually leave me at about 6, around 6. So alright, and then from here I'm just gonna throw on a hard limiter. What that does is I'm gonna limit. See, you have 3 options here, and you can customize it, to whatever you want over here. But suppose I have it on limit to 3 decibels. What that's gonna do is it's gonna make sure it doesn't peak above -3. I limit it to -1 so I can get maximum loudness. So it'll go as loud as it possibly can without peaking. So it's gonna stop right here. It's not gonna let it go past -1. It's gonna that's gonna be like the boundary, so you can get maximum loudness without it peaking. And see how that sounds.
Look up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Nah, it's just me, yeah, I'm coming for the game. Yeah, you know one nigga flying all over Metropolis, way above the clouds, flying high above the populace. Yeah, I'm at the top of it. I thought I made it obvious. Haters can't get me, and I ain't playing hard to get. I'ma keep it all in check.
Alright, so that's all I'm doing for this one. Like I said, it's always different, but this is basically just the raw, things that I add to every track. The hard limiter you gotta have on every track. You gotta amplify it. You gotta throw on a de-esser, things like that. Just the basics. And every track's gonna be different. Like for this one, I added on a delay. I don't know if you heard it. You heard it when you played it back. Well, I played it back, but I didn't do it for this one. If you listen closely, you might hear it. solo it.
Cause I thought I made it obvious. Haters can't get me, and I ain't playing hard to get. I'ma keep you all in check. I'ma keep on balling wet. I'ma keep it all locked. Somebody went and called the feds.
See, so you can hear a little bit of echo there. That's the delay. And you know, it's always different what you're doing, but as long as you throw on these effects here, you can't just be throwing on random effects just because you know someone told you to. You gotta make sure you listen to them and make sure they sound right for your mix, because the beat's gonna be different, the vocals are gonna be different. You're gonna be using a different mic, different. You know, your studio is gonna be different. The room's gonna be bigger, smaller. I don't know how the acoustics are in your room, right? Where you're recording. I don't know what kind of a mic you're using. If you have a pop filter or not. There's a lot of factors and a lot of variables that go into you know, mastering a song. So only you know what kind of vocals you have. You know what kind of you know, surroundings you have, what your acoustics are like. So the best thing you can do is just learn what these effects do and do it yourself, right? I try to show you the most universal effects that you know I think work for everybody. And other than that, reverb, things like that, you want to be careful with that, because that can just throw it out of the mix completely, or it can make it sound perfect. But you know, you got to take into consideration your recording space, your microphone. Like I said before, and I'll say it again, the kind of mic you're using, if you have a pop filter or not. You know, that's not such a big deal, but you know, it's something you should consider getting one if you don't have one already. Uh, and you know, just the main thing is every mix is different, and yours is gonna be different from mine, and the kind of filters you're gonna have to use is gonna be different from the kind of filters I have to use. Unless we're recording on the exact same mic in the same studio and we have the same voice, right? It's not gonna be, you know, there's always gonna be different. So you know, just keep that in mind when you're mastering your vocals. It's always gonna be different. It's never gonna be, all right, I'm making a new song. Last time I'd used these presets, it worked pretty good. I'll just do it again, and then it doesn't sound good, and you're wondering why not. Well, it's because it's a different recording, you know. So I'm rambling now, so I'm gonna stop. I'm on King Tut. I'm gonna head out now. Make sure you comment, rate, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thumbs up are always nice, and peace.